Hi everyone, I hope you're having a very nice day so far. Today in this video I really wanted to make an update on the couple of houseplants I bought around a year ago, maybe a bit more I think, and most of them are still thriving and healthy, and this is rather new to me. Before last year I wasn't really a plant person and I didn't really know how to keep plants alive, so I figured it would be interesting just to let you know which plants have been thriving the most, which are the easiest to take care of, if you are just curious or if you want to get houseplants of your own as well. Okay, so just give you a bit of feedback on which plants didn't make it and which I think are the easiest to take care of. So I will start by showing you the plants I've shown you in my last video from a year ago, and then I will show you the new plants I got since that video, and I really enjoy, and not all of them but the ones I prefer. And then I would just let you know which plants I would like to have in the future to add up to my collection. Okay, so very first plant to show you is the string of hearts, which is that trailing plant which I've shown you in the first video. So I've made a mistake as I was taking all of my plants out. This one I actually broke a couple of I broke this, and yeah, I did a bit of disservice to this plant, but really just to let you know, it has been going rather well. Right now you can't really not see, but I think it grew from about 2 meters longer than it was last year, which is very good. And it seems to be rather thriving, I would say. Also, I think it was in October or late summer, I've had a couple of flowers from this one as well. So this plant I think has been easy to take care of. I think that you just have to wait for the soil to be dry to add in some water, which I've done. I haven't really been doing anything else. Since it's a trailing plant, I need to put it somewhere high so that it can fall and grow all its way to the floor, which is what I've been doing. And so this plant I think is rather easy to take care of, so no specific issue with this one. Second one I have is the ivy. Yeah, I'm just gonna check that out. Yeah, it's the ivy. And this one, well, I used to have a bit more of the ivy at first. So only 3 stems of the ivy made it. It used to have a bit more at the beginning, but it's going rather well since last year. So that's it for the ivy again. Also, no, I forgot something. For most of my plants I'm choosing something where I can add clay balls at the bottom. So I have the soil, then some clay balls in order to drain the soil, and there's always a hole underneath where I'm putting my plants, so that if I overwater, the water is going away and I'm not drowning the roots, which is really something to avoid. I think maybe that's one of the reasons why the plants are doing so well. So I would advise you to first wait for the soil to be dry to water again. Of course, this depends on the type of plants that you have, but I know that yeah, for the ivy, for example, I think this one actually like being in humid areas and being in the shadow and rather moist all the time, so maybe not for this one, but for most plants wait for the soil to be dry before watering again. And yeah, if possible, try to leave a hole at the bottom of where you're putting your plants so that the water, if you overwater, can go away. Okay, that's how I think most of these plants survived so far with this kind of tips. Okay, so next one I have, yeah, I have the asparagus fern, which is one that I love and which has really been thriving. When I first had it, I think from the soil to the top of the plant it was like this big, and now it's huge. Okay, so that's the plant now, and yeah, it's very big. Like I said, I think at the beginning it was this tall, you know, so 10 centimeters, 15 maybe, and now it's so big. Like you can see, this leaf, which is the latest one, is really going for the roof there. So yeah, I really enjoyed this one. As I said in the very first video, the leaves are super soft and fluffy, which I like, and also this is one of the plants which is actually cleaning the air of your apartment, taking away the bad molecules which you would like to avoid. So that's a very nice plant to have at home. Yeah. And again, I think this one really, I can't remember if you have to wait for it to be dry to water again, or if you can water it a bit more frequently, but anyway, it's been thriving, and yeah, I don't think it's been too hard to take care of. Also, what I've been doing is giving my plants a bit of liquid fertilizer, maybe once every 3 or 4 months, so not that frequently, but still. And yeah, I think that's it for this one. But yeah, I would highly recommend this one because I really like it. Okay, next one is still, I think, my all-time favorite, and this is the Pilea. So if you remember, the Pilea I had last year didn't have a long central stem. It was baby plant, so it was maybe 3 centimeters high, and now this one is like 15 centimeters high, and have had so many baby plants, which has been a joy for me. So that's the Pilea I had, well, last year. And as you can see, the central stem used to be very, very short, but now it's up to this 15-20 centimeters high maybe. And what you can see that I'm already having some baby plants there yet to harvest, and I've already had so many. I think I've had maybe 10 or 12 baby Pileas already, which I've cut it out and replanted and given to people. And right now I can see 6 other ones in the making. So this plant I really love. I think I had it for €8, €9, I don't remember, but I've had so many plants from it and given it to so many people that actually I wouldn't advise you to buy a Pilea, but I would actually advise you to look for people who already have one and who could be giving you a little one, you know. So yeah, this one really has been the easiest to take care of, even if you forget to water it or overwater it. I don't think it's gonna be too bad for it. Well, it would show you maybe by having yellow leaves, But once again, if you do, like I said, having the clay balls at the bottom and the hole at the bottom as well, if you overwater it, it shouldn't be that much of an issue. And yeah, basically take care of your plants and listen to them, you know. If they get yellow leaves or anything like that, there's a good reason. So yeah, basically take care of your plants and listen to them, you know. If they get yellow leaves, it's probably for a reason, so try to figure out what's going on with your plants. But yeah, most of the time it's either no watering or overwatering, I think. So this one I really love, and I want to show you a baby Pilea. I've just well, given its own little space to show you how it can look when it's very, very small. Okay, so this is a baby one that I'm taking care of right now, and I think it's big enough for me to give it to someone else. If, well, I still have people I should be giving Pileas to, but with what's going on right now, I think it's gonna wait a little longer. But yeah, I really enjoy this type of plant. Really, the Pilea is a joy to have, and it's a joy to give to friends and people, you know. Okay, so that's it for the Pilea. And very last one is the baby steer, and yeah, let's move on. So the baby steer, if you remember, it wasn't in very good shape, I think. I think most of the stem died, but still at the middle some survived, and that's how I got this spot. It's going on like a trailing plant right now, but I'm not really doing anything to it. I think it enjoys, again, moist and humid areas, so I'm giving it a lot of water, even if the soil is not dry, and I think it's going fine so far. But yeah, I'm not doing anything to it. Yeah. So I would say that the secret for having healthy houseplants is, yeah, just basically having the watering of them in some sort of routine. Maybe once a week, you know that you have to check them up. And I know that some of the plants which are positioned a bit high in my home, I tend to not water as often because I tend to forget about them. But all the other ones who are in my living room or which I see every day, I can check real quick how the soil is going and if they need any more water. So basically, yeah, the best is to always have the plants at sight to see how they are doing, and yeah, to not forget basically to take care of them, see how they are feeling, and yeah, caring about them basically. So yeah, that was it for the plants which survived the year. There's also the eucalyptus I had in the very first video, which didn't make it because basically it's a very specific plant which needs a specific soil, which I didn't have, and it also needs a lot of space and a lot of sun, and I don't really have any sun in my apartment. So that's a thing also, that all of these plants have been thriving with an apartment which doesn't really see direct sunlight at all over the year. So really, yeah, my living room is rather bright, but still there's no direct light. So if you're in my situation also, know that these plants can still thrive at your place. Yeah. So yeah, the eucalyptus didn't make it, but I bought a couple of other plants. I'm not going to show you all of them because there are numerous, but I will show you my two favorite plants which I got this year and which were not in the first video. So the first one is the Monstera, I think it's called, and this one has been actually rather impressive in how fast it's been growing and how big it's gotten. So I used to have, well, one Monstera I bought, but in it there was 3 actually plants, and the biggest, I can't even hold it and show it to you since it's just too big. I think right now it's like 1 meter tall, maybe even more than that, and yeah, it's in a big pot and it's just too big for me to hold. But I can show you the other one that I have, which is holdable, I would say, smaller, and the third one I given it away, but yeah, I will show you the reasonable sized one. So that's the Monstera. What's nice with this one is that it's having new leaves often, well, rather regularly, I would say, maybe once every 2 months or 1 month, depending. And yeah, it's got roots going from the plant and going out of the pot for the bigger one. And yeah, it's growing very, very quickly. This one was a baby when I had it, and I already have, I think, 3 more leaves. And yeah, I really enjoy this one. It's very easy to take care of again, and it can become very big very quickly, so it can look good in the living room or anything like that. And it also needs some tutor in order to grow. I need to get a bigger one for this one, but so far it's holding on. So yeah, this plant I really, really enjoy. It's so easy to take care of, and yeah. So yeah, I just like this one. Okay. And the second one I want to show you is, I think it's called an Arrowhead vine. So because the leaves are having an arrow shape, so I will show this one to you. So that's the arrow shape plant. I really like this one again, also because the leaves are very, very soft. It's also a plant which is filtering the ambient air in your living room in an apartment, which is a very nice thing. Though you need to be cautious with this one, because I think the sap is actually irritating. So when you're taking care of it, you shouldn't really just be having too many contact with the sap. Same if you're having pets or anything, it's not really safe for them to shrew them or yeah, have anything to do with them. But apart from that, it's a lovely plant in my opinion. It's growing rather quickly again. I think it was maybe this tall when I got it, and now it's twice the size. And you can see that a new leaf is coming up there. And I think, yeah, that there are a couple of plants I could be taking off and planting away to have more of these, but yeah, I haven't done it yet. So yeah, this one I really like. Also, it's easy to take care of again, just like the other ones. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with this one. So basically that's it with my favorite plants and the one I had from the very first video, which I still have. So overall, which one I would recommend would be the Monstera. I love the Pilea, I adore. The arrow shape, make sure that you do not have a pet or maybe a child going too close to it, so maybe put it somewhere where people cannot reach it, just to make sure that there's no risk involved. The other ones, yeah, the Asparagus fern I love again also. So yeah, I think these would be my favorites of them all. And yeah, so far that's the plants I prefer, but like I said, I have other plants I'm keeping alive rather well. So yeah, like I told you, just make sure they are not lacking anything, and make sure you do not overwater them either. And yeah, basically I would tell you that it would be nice also to educate yourself and document yourself about the plants you bought and how to best take care of them. Because for making the very first video, I've studied the plants I had to make sure I wasn't saying anything stupid, and I've learned a lot about these plants, how to take care of them, what they enjoy, what they don't. I think it actually helped me a lot keeping them alive so far. And even with the eucalyptus, I understood, because of the research I've made, why it died and why it couldn't have been happy at my place. So yeah, the best is to make the research before you buy the plant, but sometimes when you do buy the plant and make the research, you understand why certain things are happening too. So yeah. And very lastly, one plant I would love to have but I don't is a fiddle leaf fig tree. So it's a bit of bigger plant, kind of a small tree actually, and I would love to have one at some point, but frankly I'm having already enough plants and a small apartment, so I'm not gonna go too far with this. But this is really a plant I would enjoy having at some point. And yeah, I think that's it for the Pileas. I've posted actually on Instagram a while ago that in my area, in the north of France, if anyone wants to have baby Pileas, I can give it to them. So once again, nowadays it's not really feasible, I think, because of the whole situation, but later on, if anyone from my area wants to have baby plants, that's something which is possible. So yeah, once again, I would encourage you to check in your areas if other people are having plants to donate, to give, because yeah, I'm sure I'm not the only one having plants growing and having babies. And yeah, I think it was early in the winter, I had like 10 or 12 baby Pileas, and I was like, there's no way I'm gonna keep them all, so I have to make something, I have to do something. And yeah, just check in your area if other people are giving away plants. So yeah, that's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed this show and tell rambling about my plants. And once again, I would encourage you to try out and try taking care of houseplants, even if you've never been very good at it. Once again, a year and a half ago, I think I had maybe one plant which ended up dying, and I was terrible with them. So things can change, and I think you just really have to study your plants, know what they want and what they like, and give it to them basically. So yeah, thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you very soon.